We all love Pokemon, right? Why else would there be over 1,000 of them? What could be better than Pokemon? Shiny Pokemon. In the modern games, each Pokemon has a 1 in 4,096 chance of being shiny, meaning it has a different colour variation to the regular one. You need to get pretty lucky to get one, especially when you choose to soft reset hunt, meaning each encounter can take up to a minute. What kind of psycho would do that? Not every shiny, however, is the most desirable, with some just being downright wastes of luck. For example, Garchomp or Blaziken. So many people have taken it upon it themselves to fix them. I thought rather than doing this, it might be more interesting for me and my friend Mark to challenge each other to improve shinies that we already like. So, we each went away, came up with 3 shinies, one that we liked and felt could be better, one shiny we really liked, then one that's amongst our favourites. With that being said, let's see what we each chose. So, Mark, do you want to tell me what the first shiny I've got to try and redesign is?
Well, the first one I've gone for little bit of a curveball. My first one is Ariados, and the reason I've chosen this, yeah, see, exactly, yeah. The reason I've chosen
that is a curveball, my friend.
Exactly. I think it's a cool shiny. I like what they've done with the colours because of all like the stripes and all the legs and stuff. I think you've got a lot to work with. There's a lot of things you could do.
Yeah. That's going to be a fun one, actually. Why can't I think of it shiny off the top of my head? I want to say it's pink. I'm trusting you with my boy.
Is it Fuecoco?
Yes. Well, I think Skeledirge specifically, because you have more to do with it now on the floor hoops.
Lovely. I did think about putting a Skeledirge on mine, but thought, yeah, I like the shiny, but I thought it kind of came into that realm of it's not overly different from like the original.
And like I say, this was going to be one of the easy ones, but I just wanted to see my boy redesigned because I love him, but the shiny's not the best. Where have you taken me with the next rung up here?
Well, speaking of our boys, I've gone for Gliscor.
Oh, channel mascot. That's a big boy one.
It is a good one. Say in my top 10 video that I love the shiny, but I didn't think it was quite enough for top 10. So like, it's got the blue and it's got the yellow. Cheers, like, both great colours, both work quite well. It's a great Pokemon, great shiny. I do think there's probably something you could do to make it a bit better.
100%. My aim is to end up with it on your logo. Next up, I've gone with a shiny that I really like. And it was actually, I'm pretty sure it was the first shiny I hunted in Pokemon Violet. I've gone with Iron Valiant.
Ooh, okay.
I really like the Chrome shinies.
Wasn't sure.
A lot of people kind of dislike them because they're all the same. Because it's kind of a blank slate, you can do a lot with it, and it would be kind of interesting to see what you come up with, I suppose.
Yeah.
And what's my final boss going to be here?
So, again, a bit of a weird one, but not overly surprising because it was in my top 10. But I have gone for Beedrill.
Ooh, okay.
So I think the reason you're going to have a hard time topping this one is it's green and black.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's like, I think that is the perfect colour scheme.
I personally am not the biggest fan of that shiny. So I think whatever I come up with will probably be better for me, but I feel like I'm going to have a very hard time persuading you that it's better.
I love yellow shinies, but it's yellow by default, so can't do that. I was like, blue, yeah, sure, would look fine. Purple, I'm sure would be cool. Like, any other colour would be fine, but I think green is like the top. So
yeah,
you might have to do something extra funky if you want to try and top it.
Similarly, I have gone with a green one, or a partially green one.
Oh, okay.
He started off very green, and there's now a little bit less green. I've gone with Zygarde.
Ooh,
one of my faves. I think it's a banging shiny, but equally, even if you just look at the anime, because the spoiler alert, in the end of XYZ, Lysander creates an artificial fake Zygarde that is red, and that is sick. But I'm not letting you just do that. You got to come up with something else. You can go with any of the forms you want. You can choose the Doggo, you can choose the 50% or the Gundam. Whichever one you pick, but no one likes the slime.
I've got some interesting ideas.
Go away, cook up some ideas, and then we'll be back and see each other's reactions.
Right. Call me Gordon Ramsay, because I'm about to cook.
Cringe.
You're cringe.
Okay, so I decided to look for inspiration. Of course, look for the coolest spiders I could possibly think of. But then I realised, hey, Spider-Man exists. It's the biggest and most popular spider in the world. Why not? I mean, I know that Mark's a big fan of the Iron Spider suit, so I thought the red and gold would be perfect for this. So I started filling out the body, then added the blue and the yellow to the arms, then realised that I just made regular Ariados. So I tried adding a bit of purple onto the spikes, green onto the eyes, and then I was like, yeah, it's too close, so I just played with the hues until I found something I liked. Halfway through designing it, basically realised I just made shiny Ariados into regular Ariados. So I just took the colour palette, I just changed the hues and ended up stumbling into something that was just sick. So here is my shiny Ariados.
Okay.
It's got it's very, very poison feeling, and you can see with
the purple.
You can see with the body. Does it look like another shiny to you? Those shiny colours are shiny Gigaliths. One of my favourites.
The blue for the
purple and the light blue. Yeah. So
I like it though. Yeah.
Are we
the
saying
green
that?
and the purple are like the two. They're like my two favourite colours. So
I think that's
so.
Perfect.
Is it a dub starting off?
That is a dub. Yeah.
Okay. There's no excuses, Mark. What have you done to my boy?
Certain things you might like, certain things you might not like.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say it's an improvement. I like it. I like it. Blue fire. I will take it.
The blue
any
fire
day.
was like the blue fire was.
That's
like,
just a slam dunk. Yeah, 100%.
I thought the yellow body is cool because, of course, I'm just a fan of yellow shinies. But I think the pink. If it was the original pink but with blue fire, I think that would be perfect. But
I think that's really good. I like the colour
yellow
gradient on the nose as well.
yeah, the yellow puts me off a little bit, but
Yeah, it's not.
I think that's just
it's not
because-
peak yellow, but yeah.
as
see
I
what
said
you
yesterday,
mean.
like if an actual artist had done it, I'm sure it would look a lot better. But
Huh? I would say this.
would you
is
say
improvement,
it's an
yeah.
improvement? Yeah, I thought probably the worst out of the three. So
Okay, I'm excited to see
I'm
what's
intrigued to see what
come
we see for the others.
there. Because I was kind of expecting black, to be honest. I thought this was like a nailed on,
Okay.
like, okay, brain goes straight to a black shiny here, but no, I like it.
I didn't even think of that. Maybe that would look better in black. Like a black body with the white
Black with the
accents
blue
still.
would be
And then the blue
crazy.
that would be crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. Okay.
Okay. Well.
Next up, I knew my work was cut out for me. I had to try and redesign Mark's channel mascot. So with Gliscor, I wasn't a big fan of the blue, so I was like, right, take it the opposite direction, red. I love the red that they use for Genesect Shiny, and then also on the Yveltal, because I thought the red and black contrast would work really well here. So I just started plugging away with some boxing of red, filled in the rest with a bit of a darker shade, hoped that it could kind of get a sort of vampire blood-like feel to it. And then once I'd done that, I went back and filled in some lighter sort of gold colours with the rest of it, and then I knew that I needed to make the eyes pop, so I went for this nice blue colour. I was set the challenge, rather harshly I think, to try and redesign your literal mascot. So, I don't know, again, I don't know whether you're necessarily going to prefer it, because you have the amount of attachment to Gliscor you have, but I think this is sick. And here we have Mr. Krabs.
But holy sweet mother of pearl!
That sounded very Mr. Krabsy.
He's got his big meaty claws.
Yeah, exactly.
So you basically just turn like the blue to the red.
You still kept the yellow for the middle bits.
I did change the yellow.
It kind of just makes me think. It just makes me think
Lightning
of McDonald's.
McQueen. Oh, yeah, but what's my surname, Mark? I did think of that.
McDonald's, Lightning McQueen, Mr. Krabs. What was the Overwatch League team? Was it Florida?
Florida Mayhem, but they were more
Yeah.
yellow. What are we saying?
Well, I mean, probably
That's
no
a
surprise.
no.
I think I prefer the original.
I don't get it. It's just a washed out blue.
I think blue's just cooler than red.
You are wrong, my friend. Okay, yeah, I say that, but blue's my favorite color. But not that blue. That kind of blue sucks. I say that as speaking to my favorite shiny. Okay, moving on. So, for the next one I gave you, I Am Valiant. Absolutely love it, but it's quite minimalistic. So,
See, this is. I mean, I love it, but I'm not overly confident you will love it.
you turned
See,
it gold, didn't you?
it's not overly different, but I think it's, for me, I'd say it's my favourite, because if this shiny actually existed, I would really want it.
Okay.
But I did make it, very me, I think.
Wow!
Yes, I like.
Yeah.
I like, but I can't lie. I was expecting it to change away from the chrome, because that was like.
See, I was thinking
that
about
was
that,
kind
but
of
I
my
like, I do
point
quite
was
like the
that.
chrome.
Because my whole point was that most people don't like them because they're all chrome, so I'd like to see what else it could be. So you've just said,
But
no,
I
screw you
so
guys, you're wrong,
I did
chrome is
change the
cool,
chrome
let's just
slightly.
make it green.
I don't know if you noticed, but I did make the chrome.
Yeah,
like,
it does look
brighter.
a little bit different. Yeah, I was
made
gonna
it
say
more-
it
I
looked
made
a
it
bit
vibrant.
lighter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more vibrant, and then neon green, of course. I mean, like, you have to, right? You know, I think that just looks way more shiny than the standard sort of like pink or red kind of color that it has.
Yeah.
I also made the eyes blue instead of red.
I can't lie. I
Yeah.
think I still might prefer the original because
I did make this one
pops.
with me in mind.
Yeah,
to
I was
be
gonna
honest.
say this is a very you
But-
shiny. And like I'm not
Yeah.
disappointed by it. It is cool, but for me personally, I do think I still prefer the pink. I
that's fair.
appreciate what you've done here. It is good.
As I said, I think the aim of the challenge was more make the other person like it, but I saw the opportunity and I was like, nah, I'm making this green.
Selfish. Okay, as if the channel mascot wasn't hard enough, I then had to try and redesign one of his favourite shinies ever, Beedrill. So I started looking at bees, but I was like, nah. So there were some interesting colour schemes, but I just decided to give it the Rayquaza treatment, playing my trump card. So I started off with a sort of black-grey, fill out red on the bodies, a little bit of a more subtle red on the arms. I love the purple eyes I went for. Now I realised the wings needed something, so I decided to go for almost like a stained glass look on them. Sort of add a bit more colour, I'd hoped that it made it pop, but I feel like this is a bit risky. It might be a bit much for some people, but I like it. So I took a very big risk, and I think I might have ruined it with it. But I thought it was kind of interesting to try it. Here we go. I went for like a stained glass kind of wing vibe because the pattern on it just kind of gave me that vibe.
That's a very interesting take.
So I thought
I didn't see
the
that
black
one
and the red would work. Purple eyes, bang, and then yeah, like I say, the wings just kind of felt like they were there. So I thought, screw it, let's just go wild.
Okay. I mean, similar to the Gliscor one, I think. I mean, of course, I prefer the green to the red, right? That kind of goes without saying. But I do love the wings, the stained glass kind of effect. That is really cool.
Okay, that was something I didn't
So
like very much.
I mean, if we were doing like point system, I'd give you like a point for that. I think that's epic. If you were to put that on like original shiny Beedrill, that would improve it.
I'm curious,
Right.
what form of Zygarde did you choose to redesign?
I think I might just let you see it.
Perfect.
That silence isn't good.
No. Okay, like, the grey may be a different shade or something, but that is literally one of my favourite colours.
Well, there you go. We were just talking about it.
I love that colour so much, but yeah.
You literally said about how no one likes the slug, and I was like, I kind of like the slug.
That was almost like a dare, because I knew you'd do the slug if I said that.
Oh yeah, no, fully. I mean, I think I was going to do the slug anyway.
Yes, good news, everyone. We found the name of Santiago's sex tape.
That sounds mental. Like, cut that.
Swap the grey for like a white, and it might be like one of my favourite, like genuinely my favourite ever, because that blue is crazy. So very good job.
Expecting this to be a bit like, oh, look at this really, ghetto piece of work, and it's a bit crap. But I think we've done pretty well. What do you think was the best out of the 6?
Zygarde, 100%.
Oh damn, okay.
'Cause-
And that was your boss one.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I don't think it's the biggest improvement over the original, but I do think it's the best.
You just love the colour.
If I'm just ranking these 6 here, that's the best shiny. But if I'm saying like the biggest improvement, for me personally, I think Gliscor suits my taste so much more than the original.
Yeah.
But I think that
I've noticed with the middle stage, we both just went, this is my favourite.
Exactly.
So, like, I did Valiant as like, this is what I would prefer. And you did Gliscor as like, this is what I would prefer.
Yeah.
And we're like, sick. Like, good, but no.
I think Skeledirge is the biggest improvement just because
I do quite like
Blue
the
Fire.
original, but yeah, I think if they had Blue Fire on the original shiny, that'd be perfect. But
Yeah. 'Cause like I say, like I was saying with Iron Valiant, I do like pink, just
yeah, my favourite would be Iron Valiant, of course, but slightly biased.
yeah, that's true. There you have it, that was mine and Mark's attempts at actually improving some of these shiny Pokemon. Let us know if we succeeded or failed down in the comments below. Let me know what your favourites were, and hopefully I'll see you in the future for another episode. So, till next time guys, peace out.